Hi guys! If you want to know how to defeat the Underpin and earn the Let Me Solo Him the Underpin achievement, which I'm pretty sure is a reference to a legendary player from another game, then you're in the right place. Not only will you get a beautifully titled achievement, but you'll also unlock the golden schematic for the Delver's Gob-Trotter mount. The first thing that we need to discuss is where to find the boss. He's located inside a delve at the Demolition Dome in Undermine. To unlock the first difficulty, you have to complete a delve on tier 7 or higher. But to complete the achievement, you'll need to defeat him on the highest difficulty, which becomes available after completing any delve on tier 10. Once you've completed the tier 10 delve, go to the Demolition Dome in Undermine and make sure to select the $?! difficulty. Now that we know how to access the boss, let's go over his abilities. When the encounter begins, the first ability he uses is Crush. While channeling this ability, a large circle appears on the floor. Make sure to avoid it at all costs. If you're inside it, it deals heavy damage and stuns you for 4 seconds. This is a must-dodge ability, as being stunned for 4 seconds usually results in getting hit by another lethal ability. The second ability he uses is Time Bomb Launcher. This is another channeled ability where the boss launches interactable bombs. Red circles will spawn on the ground during this phase. Be sure to dodge them, as they deal massive damage. Another ability used after Time Bomb Launcher is Signal Cronies. This summons new ads called Cronies, who stay near the edge of the arena. These are very dangerous mobs with 3 key abilities. The first and most visible is Molten Cannon. When casting this, the Crony draws a giant red line across your character. Once the cast finishes, the Crony launches a huge orb of molten lava that deals high damage and knocks you back. The second ability is Shoot, which cannot be dodged and deals moderate damage. While it doesn't seem threatening on its own, ignoring too many Cronies means the damage quickly stacks up. The third is Flaming Wreckage, which triggers when a Crony dies. Its corpse remains on the battlefield and burns, dealing ticking damage to any nearby players. And that's everything to know about the Cronies Mechanics. The Underpin also has a few more abilities. One of these is Flamethrower, which can be a one-shot depending on your health. It's a frontal cone ability that you must dodge. If it hits you, you'll take a large amount of damage and receive a ticking debuff that lasts 5 seconds and ticks every 0.5 seconds. When the boss reaches 80% health, he uses an ability called Divert Energy to Shields. You'll know it's coming when he yells, "I'm out! During this phase, he stands still, gains a shield, and channels a recharge ability for a few seconds. It's crucial that you burn down the shield before the channel completes. If you fail, he will heal 25% of his total health. If you're unsure you can break the shield in time, save your cooldowns for this phase. After the boss first reaches 80%, he will use this ability every minute. Right after this phase, he always casts Oil Spill, which summons slick oil pools on the floor. These pools make the floor slippery, making it difficult to control your character. Avoid them as much as possible, otherwise you're at a great risk of being hit by other abilities during this chaotic time. That covers all the boss's abilities. Keep in mind that things can get overwhelming once multiple mechanics start overlapping. Now that we've gone over the abilities, let's talk about the tactics that helped me beat this encounter. If you found this event challenging, I completely understand. Even with decently geared characters, I found it tough. Before starting the fight, I set my Brann companion to the DPS role, since I usually play as a tank. My character had solid gear, so I was confident I could survive most incoming damage. The main reason I chose the DPS role for Brann was because I wasn't sure I had enough burst damage for the shield phase. The Curios I used were Pinched Augment Chip and Loot Radar. I'm sure there's a case to be made for using the healer or tank roles, but I personally found DPS to be the better option. As for which class to use, I have to say, it really does matter. I originally tried this challenge on my main, an Aldrachi Vengeance Demon Hunter. While it's a great spec for survivability in dungeons, it severely lacks damage, which is crucial for the shield phase. I thought mobility would be more important so I could reach bombs and kill cronies faster, but surprisingly, I found the encounter much easier on my blood that night. Before starting the fight, make sure to use consumables. In my case, I use an Aldrachi mana potion and a flask of alchemical chaos, both at rank 3. When you engage the boss, pull him to the edge of the room. This can be helpful because both cronies and bombs tend to spawn closer to you when the boss is positioned at the edge. This won't happen every time. There were situations where the edge still spawned far apart, but it generally made things easier. You can rotate the boss clockwise or counterclockwise. That part doesn't matter. Dodge Flamethrower at all costs, and always be mindful of when he casts it, especially when you're pushing bombs towards cronies. One of the most frequent mistakes I made was tunnel visioning on the bombs and getting caught by Flamethrower. During time bomb launcher, dodge the red circles and pay close attention to where the bombs spawn. These bombs are interactable, and you'll need to kick 2 or 3 of them into the cronies when they spawn. Most of the time, 2 bombs are enough, but occasionally it seems like there's a bug where the bombs deal less damage. In the case where the boss gets in the way and you can't interact with the bombs, Blizzard has introduced a new feature which is called the Interact key. What you can do is open your menu, go into the control section, make sure that you have Enable Interact key, and then set a key for the Interact with target so that you can use that to interact with the bombs if you can't click on the bomb because of the boss. If you don't manage to deal with all the cronies using the first set of bombs, don't panic. Another set usually spawns before he calls in the next batch of cronies. Always prioritize dealing with divert energy to shields. If you see bombs close to the boss that are about to go off, kick them away. If there are still a lot of cronies alive, pop a defensive cooldown if necessary while you focus on the shield. As soon as the shield is broken, kite the boss far away from that area. This is important because when the next set of bombs spawn, you want to avoid them appearing inside an oil spill, which makes them difficult to interact with. That's basically the fight. What's most important is that you handle the mechanics correctly, rather than trying to just DPS the boss down. Once you kill him, loot your reward and enjoy your golden mount and your Elden Ring, your World of Warcraft achievement. If this guide helped you out, don't forget to like, subscribe and leave a comment below with your experience or questions. I'll be happy to help out or hear how your run went. Thanks for watching and good luck out there.